Hola, muy buenos días. Bienvenidos. Okay, welcome to another session looking at some grammar. Okay, we're going to look at a really basic tense that we're going to use quite a lot. We're looking at the present tense. Okay, so the function, en español es el presente. The function is to describe actions, states, and emotions that are happening now. This sort of real-time idea. But it also has an inference that also we're looking at habitual actions, things which go on over time. Okay, so let's have a look at some examples. I love ice cream. She gets up at 7 o'clock every morning. So that's that idea of an habitual action. Okay, I try to keep fit. I go to the gym 3 times a week. Okay, so we're talking about things which are happening almost in the here and now. The idea in the present tense. Okay, so let's have a look at the formation. Again, and this is a classic Spanish tense in the respect that it's got two steps to it. Our first part is asking ourselves the question when we look at the verb. When we look at that infinitive verb, the two part, we ask ourselves the question: is it an AR, ER, or IR verb? And that's really important because that's going to dictate where we go and what endings we're going to use. So, okay, so let's work first of all with an AR verb. As I said, as we know from previous videos that you may have watched, there's always 2 steps to these types of verbs. So our first step is we're going to take away, we're going to remove something. Okay, so we remove the infinitive ending, there's our AR. So we're working with the verb disfrutar, which is to enjoy. Again, if we just use the word disfrutar, or to enjoy, we don't know who's enjoying, we don't know when this enjoyment's going on, okay? Could have been the past, present, or future. So, we've removed our AR, which gives us this root word, this idea of our root word, disfrut, and now we're going to add something, we're going to add a suffix, we're going to put something on at this end here. So that's our step 2. So let's have a look at step 2. There's our step 2. We're going to add our subject pronouns. Now for AR verbs, we've got a nice pattern, a nice feel going through these. So here's our root word disfrut. We've got I, you, he, she, we, you and they, absolutely classic. So it's o, as, a, amos, ais, an. So if we listen to those again, we've got o, as, a, amos, ais, an. So we have something like disfrutó, disfrutas, disfrutar, disfrutamos, disfrutáis, disfrutan. Otra vez. Disfrutó, I enjoy. Disfrutas, you enjoy. Disfrutar, he or she enjoys. Disfrutamos, we enjoy. Disfrutáis, you plural enjoy. Disfrutan, they enjoy. So there's our root word. There we're adding our subject pronouns, that's our suffix. Okay, so that's what we have for an AR verb. For an ER verb, the process is exactly the same. It's exactly the same process. So we ask ourselves the question, is it ER, IR, or AR? Well, this one's an ER verb, we've got comer, to eat. Okay, so what do? We remove the infinitive ending, so we remove the okay, the ER comes away, and then we add to our root word, com, these subject pronouns. And this time we've got o, es, e, hemos, eis, and en. So when that, we have como, comes, come, comemos, coméis, and finally, comen. So once again, these are our endings. Como, comes, come, comemos, coméis, and then finally, comen. So, again, it's a really simple process. That's our 2-step process. So we've looked at AR verbs, ER verbs, and then finally our final category, look at IR verbs. Again, the same process. So we know it's an IR verb. we remove the infinitive ending, so it just gives us this root, decide. So the moment when we don't have any information about the deciding, who's deciding, or when the deciding is happening, but we can then add that now, and we can give it some more information here. So we got decido, decides, decide. Now here's a slight change. Decidimos, decidís, and then back to E sound, deciden. Once again, decido, decides, decide. Here's the change. Decidimos, decidís, deciden. So the process was exactly the same as AR, ER verbs, but the endings are just very slightly different. And they are just very slightly different. It's got an I sound going through in the we and the you. So decido, decides, decide, decidimos, decidís, and deciden. So there we are. There's the present tense verbs for the three types of verbs in Spanish. Our AR verbs, our ER verbs, and an IR verb. Our meaning is that we're looking at using them. So for example, I decide, you decide, they decide, etc. So if you want to have a little bit more practice, a little bit more time to practice those yourselves, I suggest that you can use these QR codes. Really, really good. I've linked them straight into two really very good websites that I've been using a lot with my students. We're using Language Gym to practice what you've learned. I'm using this word reference to look at verbs and how verbs are conjugated. Get a table of verbs, which is very, very useful. If you haven't already got one, get yourself the app Enigma. Really good, and you can use this straight onto your screen, and it'll take you straight to those pages. So let's just have a quick look at those pages in action. So we've got, as our word reference, it's got every verb that you want to put in Spanish. You just type in your verb in Spanish, and it'll come up with how to conjugate it in various different tenses, which is really fantastic. It's a very, very good resource, as well as being a fantastic dictionary. And then we've got Language Gym. This is really, really good. A verb trainer. So what you can do, you just choose the tense that you want, and you can work from that. It will then give you lots of different activities to do. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that session. I hope it's been really useful. Look forward to working with you on that. Adios.